welcome to or welcome back to Noras Cove. If you're new here, I'm Yoshida, and here at the Cove, we like to budget and plan in confidence using a planner. Today, you guys, I'm going to be doing my weekly paycheck budget. I still have not changed these discs out, but I think I'm going to switch them with the half letter, but it is just too much. So this is the week that we're on. Well, this was last week. I already did the math. I'm going to let you know the numbers are not numbering. They're not adding up. But this is what I spent this week according to my spending tracker. But somehow I feel like I forgot to write something down because the number is off. Oh, let's talk about totals. Let's just go down the list real quick. You know, we do a little review. If you're new here, we just do a little review of the week. Also, just a shameless plug. I make these inserts and you can find them on my website. They are a digital download. And I think we have like 6 sizes that you can get them in. If there's not a size listed that you would like to have it in, just let me know. But anyway, so last week our rollover was $22.41. You guys, this was like the lowest rollover I'd had since I started back doing my budget. And then we guesstimated hair at $900. I felt like it was going to be my quote-unquote busy week. And then nails, I had no one down for nails, but I knew that, you know, a few people probably would call, like there are last minute people. And so I put down 100, we did 125. For hair, we did $1,345. And then for NoCo, we had a pretty, because, you know, I hadn't been posting or anything. So we had a little more than 127, but that goes towards a loan that I owe them. But I paid myself 127 from that. And so we had a total of $1,619.41. I just don't know where it's at. Did I do the math? I gotta do the math because, hold on, let me redo this math because the math is just not mathing like it should be, but could be me. Yeah, it is $1,600. So we made $1,600. And I'm gonna say this because if you're new, or a lot of you know, I'm self-employed. So at the beginning of the week, it was looking bleak. I was getting cancellations left and right. I had bills set up to pay, and I was just like, that's my problem. I think I leaned a little more faith, and so I got scared, and I like moved my car note. I panicked. I paid my, State Farm Saturday, because I know it's going to come out Monday. I just got scared. And the money was there, but I kept saying, I don't have any money. But I was steady eating out, okay? That's why I like the spending tracker. That's why I love my weekly spending totals. And like I said, what I do is I'll go ahead and put down what I'm making. So I'll see if I'm overspending what I'm making, like, which makes no sense. So we're going back. When I rage save and when I really focus, I can get some things done. So we got to go back to no eating out. Maybe once a week. I don't want to limit myself, but maybe once a week. But we cut up last week. Like, we bought planner stuff, like stuff we haven't bought in a year. And we just cut up with the miscellaneous. But after I looked at the miscellaneous total, I said, wait a minute. What? Matter of fact, I think this is the number that's off because I know I spent more than this in miscellaneous. I had to. No, I did. But anyway, so for bills, again, I was supposed to pay Allie. I got scared. I moved them to next week. Now, next week is going to be slow. Now, how are we going to have the money, Yoshida? Okay? Anyway, so I paid Navy Federal Credit Union. Again, I just gave them 30. I only had to give them like 15. I gave them 30. Cap cut still hasn't come out, so that's why there's nothing there. We're going to move that to next week. And then Sweet Rent was $300. That's the highest thing I paid this week. And then a lot of my money went towards like salon products. We had to get color, again, all that stuff. And it was kind of unexpected. I hadn't planned to spend this much, but the Cosmoprof was having like a sale on bleach. So I could not pass that up. Like, you buy one, you get one free. And it was like a tube, you know, a big thing. So couldn't pass that up. And I had the money for it. So, and then Canva came out. So that was $1,588. My total spent in my bill section was $345.88 with a remainder of $1,273.53. Now imagine if this was a check. If this was a check, I'd have worked this check, okay? I would have worked it. And that's the thing. I want to get to the point where it becomes like a check. And I don't know really necessarily how I'm going to get there and how I'm going to do that. But Prayerfully, by the end of the year, I will be paying myself like this, like at the end of the week, and then having money where, you know, we can disperse it properly. Okay, and then for NOCO, we got paper, so that was $21.88. And then our remainder was $1,251.65. Like I said, miscellaneous was $164.02. Salon products I spent $176.77. And then food and groceries was $206.17. And this was more food than grocery. I ate out every day except for one. One day I got a little scared. I was like, yo, shit, you gotta reel this in because you tripping. You were doing good, and then here you are. Like, what is wrong with you? Snap it back in. So a total of $546.96, and that left us a remainder of $704.69. And then I didn't have a lot of cash this week, so this is the cash savings that I do. So it was $36, and then that left me with $668.69, which comes in the problem. I actually only have $497, so I am missing $171.69 somewhere. I think it's in the miscellaneous. I really do, but I'm gonna put a star here, and I'm gonna double check my totals and my spending tracker. I like my spending tracker, like, let me show it to you, and then we're gonna get on with it. Like, it started on the 9th here. Yeah, wait a minute. Oh, first of all, yeah, this is the 9th. It was the 9th to the 15th, so we started here. I was gonna say, maybe I started on the wrong date. That was Sunday. And then I had to put the sweet went back up there. I don't know. But all of these colors here is miscellaneous. And the reason I crossed this one out, because I bought these planners. And at first I bought this one, sent my shipping, and it didn't show up. So I said, well, maybe it's there somewhere. I don't know. But I just later on during the week, she said she hadn't received the payment. So I just paid it, which is here. Let's see. Yeah, you see all of this? This color here, it's got to be more than $176. But we'll find out what it is later. And I know I have not lost $176. Like, I would lose my mind. So let's just get into this week. I'm going to come back and redo my numbers. I've done them 3 times. I'm telling you, I've really looked over them and did them 100 times. But let's get into it. So, you know what, this week we're gonna have to flip so we can see the monthly. So this week, let's see, I think it's kind of a slow week. I'm gonna put hair at 800. Nails, I'm gonna put 150, but I believe we're gonna get about 200 in nails. So, and then NOCO, I do have some payments coming, but I'm just gonna put 75. I don't know. I really haven't looked. I'm just guesstimating at this point. I'm taking these out of here. I just didn't want to, I know I'm jumping subjects, but I didn't want to get rid of my half letter just yet, but we may have to. Okay, let's see what we're gonna have. And actually, I'm really gonna have a little less than this, but it'll come out probably next week, because the rollover, I went and did a Walmart pickup today for some ink. So I definitely need to put NOCO over here down as an expense. And I know I bought that ink. I just got to do the math. We might have to get some more, so we'll leave that there. But anyway, I'm so frustrated about losing $100 and something. But anyway, I lost some train of thought, but let's do a little totaling. So that Walmart order won't come out. I got some household goods and some ink, so that won't come out probably till next week sometime. So they treated it as a credit, but it wasn't. So it says we'll have $1,522. All right, let's see what we have coming up. I'm gonna use this because Shopify knocking at the door, but they're not due to the 16th, which is tomorrow. So Shopify, and I've already kind of looked, and it's like, I'm gonna put $76, but I think it's like 75 and some change. And then the 17th is gonna be State Farm. I just don't know the correct amount, but I think it's like $575. I've been saying 600, and then Allie is supposed to come out. I'm supposed to do Allie on the 19th. And as you can see from last week, I had enough money to pay both of them, but that fear set in, and I just don't know. And then I'm supposed to do T-Mobile, which probably won't get paid, but I think it's like 108. It's like 107.49 and some change. And then we have Sweet Rent, which I always forget until I go and do my totals. So that's 300. We're already over what we're gonna make, but it's okay. But Shopify is definitely getting paid. Let's do a little math here. State Farm is definitely getting paid. Allie is going to get paid somehow. T-Mobile may take a little, and we definitely paying this. So I'm just going to add it all up. So we have 1813. Anyway, listen, like last week would have been a great week to take care of something. One of these, okay? One of those big bills, but I digress. So we're gonna put miscellaneous, food, grocery, and then up here gas. And I know that gas is coming out because I bought gas last week, so it's gonna come out, it's gonna be 35. And then let's see, salon products. I'm not buying nothing, okay? Nothing. No more planner. I can't buy nothing. I have a new pen sitting in the car. I have some discs sitting in my cart on cloth and paper. I'm just not, I can't. And then cash savings, put it down here. So the cash savings is like if someone pays me in cash, and the way I've been doing it, and I got a nice amount. That's another thing. I may bring over some money from my savings account, but again, this number can always change, okay? This number can always change. Well, both of these numbers. The rollover is not going to change. It's not going to change, but these two numbers can definitely change. But I'm just happy that I have this amount to bring over. And I almost forgot it because I had $60 in my Apple Pay, which I'm just kind of letting it sit there. So yeah, that's what we have going on. There's no need to, well, let's try to budget amount for I'll leave NoCo kind of empty, but I'm gonna try to budget an amount for the miscellaneous. I'm gonna try to stick with 150. Food and grocery, I'm gonna try to like shop my pantry, my freezer. I'm gonna try I'll give myself maybe one day to have something out to eat, and I may not. This may be one of those weeks where we just eat at home the whole week, and then maybe I need to pick up something, so I'm gonna stick with 50. So that's $200. We're gonna figure something out, and that's it. Oh, we do have NoCo because we got ink, so we'll have something here. Yeah, let's see if we need more ink. So that other ink will be coming out. So that's it. Don't need any paper. I do need to order some vellum, but I think I'm okay for right now. But that is it, you guys. We'll see how this week goes. And I'll put a little sticky note here to come back here if I figured out where the rest of my money is, okay? Another thing is, it could be in my savings because my friend came and got a haircut the other day, and she gave me a $50 bill, but I only charged her like $35, so I said, look, before I mess this money up in this savings account, in my little cash savings, I said, let me just give you the change and you pay me the exact amount, because I'd already taken $5 and put into there. So that I may be off by $5 there, but everywhere else, I don't know. So we'll come back, y'all, and I'm gonna set up March. Since we just kind of totally missed February, setting up February, we'll come back and set up March. I'm gonna try to do that this coming week so that we can be prepared and get a little head start on that. And prayerfully, I'll be out of these discs. Levenger need to be ashamed of themselves, because these discs were too expensive to not turn. Like, now these are the original Levengers that I got. They're fine, but I think this is just too fat up here. That's the problem. But I digress. Anyway, I will see you guys in my next video. If today was your first time watching any of my content and you enjoyed today's video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell. Come back for more. If you're new, leave me a message in the comment section, letting me know that you're new so that I can welcome you to the Cove. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.